Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Leigh. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we're back with a bunch of new arrivals from one of my favorite shapewear companies of all time, which is of course SHAPERX. Now if you have seen any of my previous SHAPERX videos, if you've seen my Skims videos, you might already know that this is by far my favorite and most worn shapewear. You can get them on Amazon, they're affordable, usually less than half the price of Skims, and in my opinion, which I have put this to the test multiple times now, they're just better products than Skims. The fabric feels better, I find that they fit better, they're comfier to put on, and they also last longer. Without ripping or stretching out or looking bad, they have lasted significantly longer for me than my Skims products did. And today they do have a bunch of new products that they've recently released, so I thought we would try them on, we would see how they fit. Like always when we do shapewear, we'll see how many inches they're actually taking off the waist, because at least for me, that's really what I'm looking for with shapewear, smoothing the tummy and taking a little bit off the waist. And hopefully this will help you decide which one of these different shapewear solutions might work best for you. Now, before we get into all of the new products, and like always, I will make sure that I link these specific things that I'm wearing in this video, along with sharing what color I got and what size I got, down in the description box. But in general, for everything, I believe I went with the large/extra large for most of the shapewear. Once again, that sizing info will be beside every single piece down below so you can confirm. I tend to go with the large/extra large because of my hip measurements. I have quite a big bum for my size. I absolutely don't want it getting squashed flat in shapewear, and I also don't want a piece of shapewear that is unbearably uncomfortable. So I would personally rather see a little bit less intense shaping, but know that I'll be able to wear something all day easily, comfortably. If that's not the case for you, you can absolutely just go with your regular size. My regular size would be a size medium, but I'm definitely at the upper end of that, so I would rather just be comfy. And I do find that the large extra large is super comfy while still being very sculpting for me. Now with that, I did, before we dive into some of the new products, want to reintroduce you to my favorite product from SHAPERX so far. Now, obviously, I haven't tried the new ones yet, but that is their mid-thigh shaping bodysuit. So we'll take this dress off and take a good look at it. It's obviously still available. It's the product I reach for most often from SHAPERX, and definitely by far my most used shapewear product in general. I have it in both black and beige. Both are great. But I figure we'll revisit this one first because some of the new products kind of build off of this one and enhance it. So let's take a look at the bodysuit. And I do want to point out that this little dress I'm wearing right now is also from SHAPERX, a little soft lounge-esque dress. We will get into the dress as we're testing out some of the new pieces, but just in general, it's very cute. Definitely a super cute dress option. This is the mid-thigh shaping bodysuit. I wear this quite often. I've had this one for over a year now. I got it probably a month after I bought the Skims bodysuit. And just as a direct comparison, this is the Skims, and I want to be clear, it looks tiny. These ones also look tiny when you take them out of the package. That's not the problem with it. The problem is, I've worn this one maybe 3 times and it's completely shredded. There's multiple holes in the back where it's like coming up over your bum. The way that the straps are attached on the Skims, they're very far in, so I think it looks really awkward. Just in general, it has never been my favorite shapewear. The SHAPERX, in my opinion, is a lot better. It's very stretchy and comfy, but then the portion that is over your stomach, over your waist, are this much more firm material. Still stretchy, but a lot more firm. And that is what is giving you the actual shaping effect across the midsection. Now, I measured my waist this morning. Obviously, your waist measurement is going to change every single day. So I measured it today and I was sitting at around 34 inches with no shapewear on. And with the shapewear, I'm sitting at around 31 inches. So that's taking over 3 inches off. Very comfortably still though. Like, this is the type of shapewear that you could wear this all day and you will probably forget that you have it on. It feels comfy. The straps are comfortable, nice and stretchy. They're not digging in anywhere. They have the booty sections that do not have any shaping in them so that you don't have to worry about your butt being super flat, but they still completely smooth out cellulite, have everything looking really nice. So just in general, this is the shapewear to beat, really, for me. I love it. I wear it all the time. And I think especially if you are keeping an eye out for sales, you can get incredible prices on these. But even at full price, they are less than half the cost of the Skims and better in every way, in my opinion. And I will link up here to my video where I directly compared Skims versus SHAPERX, measurements for both, trying them both under clothes so you can really see if you're interested. But take my word for it, the SHAPERX has always been better. Now let's talk about some of the new products from SHAPERX. So first off, they have bodysuits similar to this one, which this one is available in shorts, a brief, or a thong style. So they have those same styles, but now they also have built-in padding. So you don't have to wear a bra, you'll still get some roundness, and we'll see if it provides any lift or not. Right now, under the regular bodysuits, I tend to not wear a bra with them and just go for like more of the natural look. They don't necessarily provide a ton of lift, but they are tight enough that they do provide a little bit of support, if that makes sense. Now, when you get them, they do have a couple of different packaging types. So either one of these little like branded zip top bags or one of these little containers, which I actually think these are very cute. So you just open that up and take your shapewear out, and then you look at it and dismay at the fact that it is incredibly small. But once again, do not worry, they always do look quite small. They stretch a ton, so they will definitely accommodate you. So as you can see, this new version does have padding inside. That padding is removable via a little hole on the side, so you can take it out if you don't like it. It does have adjustable straps. And then this version is the brief version, so instead of being full shorts, it's a brief that just cuts off right under your bum. And then in the other container, we have the beige, and this one is the thong version. So I do also own a thong version like this. I find that it's good under some things, like if you're wearing something that's quite short, where these shorts would obviously be too long, then I tend to reach for the thong version. And once again, this one does have that same removable padding. So I'll go ahead and try this on. I think I'm going to try the brief one because I've never had one of the brief ones before, and we will see how many inches it's taking off and how it looks underneath that dress. All right, so this is that black shapewear bodysuit. Once again, this is the brief style. So if you're somebody that doesn't love the feel of a thong, you might prefer this version. The thong one is going to be identical to this, but obviously with a thong cut at the back. But otherwise, it will be exactly the same. Now, the extra padding in this, I do think feels good. I do think that it gives a little bit of extra rounding. Obviously, there's like a thin amount of padding, so it is giving like a little bit more volume, and I think that it looks pretty good. I do also think that this one is giving me just like a tiny bit more cleavage because there is just like that little bit of extra support in here and like a little bit of extra lift, which is nice, and if that's something that you're looking for, you might prefer this version. Now, similar to the other ones, this is fairly easy to put on. If you have ever had the experience with shapewear where you quite literally are like sweating, struggling to put it on, by the time you get it on, you need like a break, this shapewear will not do that to you. The Skims will. And that was one of the first things that I really didn't like about the Skims. It was so hard to put on in the same size as these ones, in the large/extra large. Now, of course, we need to see how many inches it took off. Remember, baseline, we're sitting at around 34. And with this on, once again, we're sitting closer to around 31, even a little bit less than 31. So definitely taking a great amount off at the waist, giving you those curves that you're looking for. I also find these shapewears great for just flattening out the tummy area. Now, I don't necessarily have like an apron tummy. I haven't had kids or anything, but I do think that this would help to smooth that out if that is something that you are concerned about. And just in general, I'm very happy with this. I feel like that should not come as a surprise. In general, I feel like the SHAPERX products and their shapewear in particular is always just really good quality, easy to put on, comfortable to wear. And I do think that adding the option to have ones with removable padding is a good next step, because I'm sure a lot of people felt like they still needed to wear a bra under the other ones. Now maybe you don't feel that way. And before we put it back on, I did want to mention this dress is also from SHAPERX. I think I mentioned that before. Is clearly a little bit reminiscent of the Skims soft lounge dresses. Now, I have Skims soft lounge dresses, including in a long sleeve version. And I will say, this one is significantly thicker. The Skims dresses, one of the biggest downfalls of them is they're fully 100% sheer. And I've talked about that many times on this channel. I've posted videos about it. I like how they look. I like that super bodycon pretty little dress, but they are incredibly sheer and it feels like for the price they shouldn't be. These ones are a tiny fraction of the price, significantly thicker ribbed material. They still feel very soft and comfy, but you don't have to worry about them being completely see-through. If you're gonna get one of the dresses, this is probably a fine dupe to get. But of course, let's put it on over this shapewear. Now, obviously, because this one is a brief, I do think that we are going to see some panty lines through the dress. We're going to see the underwear a little bit through, but there's only one way to find out. All right, so this is the dress with the shapewear underneath. I will also try to insert what it looks like without the shapewear underneath. Now, I specifically got this dress in gray. I own the Skims dresses only in black, and I only own them in black for a reason, and that's because black is very forgiving. Gray is the opposite of forgiving. It shows every lump and bump, everything is extra on display. So I really wanted to show what these look like. I can tell that I personally would not feel confident enough to wear this with no shapewear or anything underneath, because obviously it is super bodycon. It is that gray color that's going to have your belly button on full display. It's going to have any cellulite showing through. That's just the nature of light gray. Although I will say, because this dress is decently thick, it is definitely not showing as much cellulite as a much thinner dress like the other name brand would be showing. I do think that you can ever so slightly see that underwear line for sure, so I would definitely want to wear either the shorts version or the thong version under a tight dress like this. But if you're wearing something that maybe is tight to here and then poofs out a little bit, like something A-line with a little bit more volume in the skirt, or like a maxi skirt or something that's not super tight to your body, this brief version would be completely fine for that. And just in general, I would say both the dress and the shapewear, I'm a very big fan. Something else I should mention, for all of the brief and thong versions of these bodysuits, they do just have little bra style clasps at the bottom so that you can open them up and go to the bathroom, so that you don't need to take this entire shapewear off. Because obviously if you're out at a wedding or whatever and you just need to go pee, you're not going to want to take your whole shapewear on and off multiple times, even when it's fairly easy to get on and off. It's just annoying. Now in something like the thong, I'm going to be so honest, I would recommend just pull it to the side. In the full shorts versions, down at the bottom here, they have a little open gusset. So it looks like it is fully closed if your legs are closed. If you open up your legs, this opens a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, once again, in the name of brutal honesty and girls helping girls, I recommend holding this open if you're going pee with it on, just in case. Speaking from personal experience, hold it open, make sure it's very far open. That's all I'll say about that. So in general, love the dress. I think this is very cute. I'm happy to have a little gray version. It is very long on me, essentially floor length. I'm only 5'1". If you're a little bit taller, it'll be a little shorter. And the shapewear with the padding inside, I think it's a good idea. I think I would personally be fine with wearing either version. I already have the unpadded shorts version. I'll probably continue wearing those. I can always wear a bra under it if I need to, but I do like having the option to get ones with bra padding in them as well. All right, next up we have another of the new shapewear options, and that is a little slip dress, which I actually think is very interesting. Ironically, I do have a little dress that I was specifically thinking I wish I had some kind of like little slip or something to wear underneath it. So I think this will probably be perfect for that. Now, this dress is kind of cool because it does have removable straps, so they are both adjustable and removable. And they also include with your slip a little pair of those like invisible gummy straps as well, so you can swap them out as needed or wear it completely strapless, which I'm not going to take the straps off at the back, but just so that we can see, it definitely does stay up even if it is fully strapless, which is nice. And then once again, you can see that this one is taking my waist to around 31 inches. So they are all very consistent in terms of how much they're taking off, which I think is great. And I would say all of them make me feel look really curvy, really feminine, which I think is wonderful. Now this one, obviously the one and only downside, obviously you will still get chub rub if you're wearing this, which you would with like a brief as well, but that's one of the reasons I usually go for the shorts one. However, there are definitely some outfits where I think something like this will look a lot better underneath. And I definitely do think it's nice that they offer multiple different options for shapewear so that you can kind of figure out what's going to work best under whatever you're wearing. And I've mentioned it before in the past, they do also carry fajas, which are basically you clip them together in the center and then zip them up if you need very extreme support or shaping or flattening of your tummy area, if that's like a really big concern for you. But if you're more so looking for all over like shaping, something that feels very supportive, like a tight hug, and will just make you feel a little more confident under your outfits, your dresses, maybe you're going to a wedding, maybe an event, I do think that the SHAPERX brand, you can't go wrong. I really love their products. Now the last new product that I have to share with you from SHAPERX today is very intriguing to me. It is new, very large nipple covers. Now I wear nipple covers pretty often. Obviously I'm filming videos, I'm testing products. I never know if something is going to be completely 100% sheer until I'm literally wearing it and looking in the mirror that's like right beside the camera. Sometimes I can't always tell in the mirror, and then I'm watching footage back and I'm like, oh, thank God I wore something under that because it's sheer. But just in general, I like wearing little nipple pads if I'm wearing a bra that doesn't have any padding in it so that my nips don't show if I get cold. If I'm wearing like a little summer dress and I just want, once again, to make sure my nips aren't showing through. So I thought these were pretty cool. Obviously they come in a box. They are silicone. They're each separated by a nice thick piece of plastic to help them hold their shape. And then you get a set of two. So these are made of silicone, which means that they're reusable. So if you've ever tried those one-time use little nipple covers that are like a flower shape or whatever, this is essentially a reusable version of that. Now you can see these are nice and big, which I'm definitely excited for. By comparison, I've been using these. You can see these ones are significantly bigger. Now you can order these in multiple different sizes. So if you are looking at these and going, I'm an A cup, that's not gonna fit, you can get much smaller ones similar in size to this. But I love that there is a bigger size option. Obviously you can also see these are nowhere near my skin tone. These are going to look a lot more natural on, and they're also a lot less opaque, which I think will be better. And just for comparison's sake, I don't know how easy this will be to tell, but I have the smaller pad on this side and then the bigger one on this side. I definitely do feel like under tighter things, these smaller ones, because they're so small compared to like the overall size of my breasts, you can completely see where they're sitting. Even under this top, I feel like you can. This one is so much larger. It's actually like going beyond the apex. So on all sides, it's past like the part that's touching up against your shirt, if that makes any sense. I feel like it is going to look a lot better under clothing. So I'm definitely excited to have the bigger one. So if you're somebody with a bigger chest that generally struggles with the little small nipple covers, I would recommend giving these a try. I do think that that is going to be excellent for me. And then in general, when you're done using these, and in general, if you've never used any of these like silicone pasties before, they're very sticky, but they don't hurt to be stuck to you at all. You can like stick them anywhere and very easy to come off, not painful in any way. It's not like it's taking your hair off or anything. Very comfy. When you're done wearing it, I just take them under the sink, put a teeny tiny bit of soap, some water, wash them quick with my fingers, leave them to dry, and then they come with just like a little piece of plastic. You put that back on it, and then you just store them back away in that box with the original pieces of hard plastic in there. Those will keep them nice and secure. Close it up and you're good to go. These are also great if you're traveling. You can just bring a pair with you. You can obviously keep them in this box, which fits everything perfectly. Or if you are a savage, like this is my old pair that now probably I won't use because I like these better, but you can just stick them to each other and bring them with you. Throw them in a Ziploc baggie if you don't want to take up as much space. Will they hold their shape as long? I don't know. I've had these ones for literally years inches and they still hold their shape pretty well. They're still very sticky, and I don't even necessarily wash them every single time. I think you should, but I don't always. And with that, those are all of the new products from SHAPERX. Obviously, I'm very pleasantly surprised every time I try new stuff from this brand. I love it. I think there's only been one thing ever from them that I was like, it's not for me. These, all for me. I definitely am very pleased with them, especially those new nipple covers. Very happy with that. And I did also like the option to have the built-in padding in those other bodysuits. And hey, slip dress, once again, I think it'll be very handy. Now, like always, if you've tried anything from SHAPERX, if you loved it, if you hate it, let me know down in the comments. Like always, if you have any questions, very happy to answer them. If there's anything you felt like I skipped over or you have sizing questions, let me know. And just for reference, like my waist is usually sitting somewhere between 32 and 34 inches at any given time. My hips are around 44 inches, so that is why I tend to go up to the large XL sizing, because I just cannot be bothered with having things that are way too tight across the butt. I don't want to deal with that, and under a dress or something slinky, I really don't want my bum to look flattened. And definitely a huge thanks to SHAPERX for sending me these pieces. I really appreciate it. I love working with you. Let me test out all of your new products because I absolutely love trying them on. It's very fun. And with that, I hope that you have a fabulous day and that I will see you next week. Bye!